Welcome back. We're here with Harry Walia, a candidate for Venice City Commission. Harry, last question sort of about your business background. What do you do for business now? What are you currently engaged in?
Currently I'm doing, I do real estate developments, and my track record has been I buy rundown buildings, sectioned housing I used to do, rehab those, bring it back to the market and turn it around. Like one project I did in Orlando, where I founded Soldier to Scholar program, which saved city of Orlando millions of dollars. So that has been my passion, and I'm an investor. I do different things. I'm an entrepreneur by heart. So I do different things, but my main business is investments.
Harry, I know you've been involved a lot in politics over the years. You've never run for office before, but you've been very active out there. How is it that you first came to get involved in politics?
Well, as a new American, and as you said earlier, and we talked about it, about a new immigrant, that is new American. And I wanted to pay my contribution to the society as well as a new American. So I do find that you do social works and other things with different entities, but same time we must be involved in our government. That's what America is all about, that we have our say and we must play a role in it. So that's how I always supported the right candidates. I'm a registered Republicans, but I'm more independent. I will vote with my conscience. I go where my conscience is.
Who are some of the people that you admire in politics, that you looked up to, that you've supported in the past?
Are we talking American?
Let's say local. Let's say locally, yeah. In Florida.
In Florida, well, Jeb Bush was a good politician, whom I admired. I think he did very well for Florida. Frank Brogan, who was his lieutenant governor and educator. I'm a firm believer for education, that education is the key. So the local problems, the county problems, the state problems, national problems or international problems, education is the key. If we educate people, we empower them with knowledge, and that brings prosperity.
Now, after many years of helping a lot of other people get elected and supporting a lot of other people, for the first time in your life, you've decided to run for office for the Venice City Commission. What is it that motivated you, inspired you to get involved in this race?
Well, after almost 20 years, I have seen, this political system. And in Venice especially, I have seen where the Venice was the jewel on the west coast, a quaint. Then it started progressing, which was had to be to keep up with the needs of the city. And then, but the last 18 months, we have seen where it has gone. It has gone to the worst, where their mantra at the present city council is no growth, period. And I see it that Venetians are underserved because their needs are not met. And also, this city council, the way they are operating business, of city's business, is not very kosher. That's why we are seeing millions of dollars in legal fees.
I wanted to ask you about that. The sunshine lawsuits that are just costing the city of Venice millions of dollars, they're so foolish. I mean, they're over ridiculous emails, and they started out so insignificant, and now they're costing taxpayers millions. Well, what's your take on that? What do you think about that?
Well, I think they're all nice people. They're very well educated, but they're just not smart business people. And their attitude has been bring it on.
You're right. They've been very confrontational.
Yes,
yeah.
And also I think they had some misinformation about their insurance, that it's going to cover them. And then we find out the insurance only covers up to $10,000. But even you have insurance or you don't have insurance, if we are elected or appointed official to govern our city, we should obey the law. We should stay within the law. There is no excuse for ignorance. Or if there is some insurance policy available, that doesn't mean we go and wreck our car.
You know, they've also been accused of sort of stonewalling the expansion of the airport in Venice, or the improvements to the airport. What's your take on the situation with the airport?
Well, what I see and what I have seen, airport has been here since 1940. It's a historic site. It's a gift to the city of Venice, given by Federal Aviation Administration to maintain it. And under those agreements what we have with the federal government, we just need to follow those guidelines. What we have signed, my principle is this: we must take responsibility to follow what we either inherit or we commit. We inherited this contract, so we must follow. We just abide by the laws, what FAA requires under our gift agreement. So if it says the lessee can go and expand, they should be allowed to, because they have the rights. That's what America is all about. They have property rights, and we as a government should not interfere in any rights of any American, which is property rights or freedom to speech. Fine, this city council may be saying that they have a freedom to express and their thoughts and speech, but we should use our speech very wisely, and our action should be responsible government.
Let me ask you this, because you are a developer, as you said, and there are a lot of people in the city of Venice that are concerned about growth, and maybe their concern about you as a developer may be that if they elect you, the commission, you're going to favor big condominium complexes and a lot of heavy development. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's interesting. First of all, Venice is 3/4 of Venice is an island, and God stopped making land long times ago. So how do you make land? So where are you going to build?
I guess you'd go up, wouldn't you?
Up. I see heights, whatever the heights are, there should remain. For any future heights, if city has a need, community has a need, and that particular building or need can be only filled if some exception has to be made up to 2, 3, 4, 5 feet, should not be a problem. But it should be a small business decision. I would suggest the Venice should establish different districts. A smart planning calls, you should have everything in the city what you need. But yes, you don't house everything next to each other. You design it in a way that it doesn't clog your streets, it doesn't impact your residential districts. Just like, for an example, I still cannot understand why city of Venice went other side of 75. I annexed that. Whereas they, in their backyard, from Jacaranda south, they have enough land. Why didn't they incorporate that one?
Okay. Well, so you're not in favor of exploding growth and
No.
making it look like downtown Sarasota,
No,
then? Okay.
it's not. But I would say, build your high-rises other side of 75.
Okay. We come back. We'll have our final segment with Harry Walia and, of course, our Weasel of the Week.